Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm playing and reviewing DaDaDa, and playing is going to be kind of interesting for this one because this is a only cooperative game, but we can kind of play it on YouTube. You'll see what I mean when I get into it. And disclaimer that I was sent a review copy of this one. I requested it after I saw the game at PAX. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also listen to our podcast for reviews and design discussions, or join the conversation and say hi on our Discord. So the basic idea of DaDaDa is super simple. You've got one deck with nonsense sounds like J, que, qua, lu, ma. Then you got a big deck full of cards with pictures on them. And what you cooperatively do in the first phase of the game is try to create a language out of these cards. So how that works is you flip up a couple sounds. So here we've got bing and oof. And then you flip up 13 of these image cards. Let me actually zoom out a bit. All right, so here we go. And what I'm going to try to do, and I'll take a lot of this off camera because you're not supposed to know my thought process as I do it, but I'm going to try to use bing and oof and my other 3 sound cards, 5 total, to categorize the image cards here and basically create a combination of image and sound that gives me a little language to identify other cards in the future. So for example, there's not necessarily what I'm going to do, but maybe like a train track and a building are both made of metal along with a lock. So maybe like bing is all the metal items. And if I say bing, I mean something made of metal. Or maybe, I don't know, mice and skateboards can both go fast, so oof means fast. Now, you're not going to know that because all the players are cooperatively organizing these cards without actually like saying anything and explaining their thought process. But that's the general idea, so I'm going to take this off camera for a sec and get my other 3 sounds out and organize everything, and then we'll actually have you play the second phase where you try to guess and use the language to figure everything out. All right, so here's what I've got. Got bing, oof, ye, moo, and duh. And yeah, I'm not entirely happy with how some of these got divided up, but we're going to just go with it. And you can technically put like cards in between sounds to try to indicate some sort of combination of things, but I didn't go that way this time. So now you go into the second phase, making use of the language you've cooperatively created. And how that works is this is kind of similar to Similo, if you've seen that cooperative game. You'll take turns being the clue giver. That person will flip up 1 card. So here I'd be trying to get newspaper. Then they take 5 more cards, shuffle them all up, put them all out, so that the other players will have 1 of 6 cards, being the actual person's card. And then you use your language, like be like bing, bing, oof, duh, bing. And you try to give them whatever clues you can to try to get them to guess the correct card. All right, so let's try this out. I'm going to pick my card off camera, put out the 6 cards, make some noises at you, and then you can pause the video and try to figure out which card I mean, and then we'll reveal the answer. We'll do this like 3 times. And let me know in the comments if you got it right or not. Okay, this first one, I'm going to go duh, oof, duh, oof. Is that the best I could do? Duh, oof, duh. Oof. Okay, pause the video if you want. And lock in your answer. Oh man, this one ain't gonna go well. Jeez. You know what? There's a strategy. I'm gonna remain silent. So which of these works best if I remain silent? That's round 2. Okay, and last one. Bing, oof. Bing, oof, 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 bing. Bing, oof. Which one do you think it is? All right, I'm going to reveal the correct answers. We've got the footprints, the rainbow, and the spaceship. And here was my thought process, which is maybe not a great thought process. Here was supposed to be like body parts, but then I had the mouse, so I kind of went with like organic beings. This one was sort of like metallic tools that humans use. Pizza, I just went with food. I don't really know. This was like tall things, mountains and skyscrapers. And this was vehicles and locomotion. That was at least what I was thinking. So I think for this one, I said like duh, oof, because feet are a body part, but like leaving footprints means you've moved. For the rainbow, I thought that it made no sense with any of these, but I think, maybe a few of you got it because I think the other things did make sense. So the fact that I said nothing might have at least taken out some options. And then finally, the rocket ship. This one, I think maybe, hopefully, y'all got the most because it was high movement, right? Like going high up into outer space, high movement, maybe. I guess it's also a metallic tool. I don't know. But yeah, so that's DaDaDa. And how it works is you keep taking turns being the clue giver until you get 2 wrong. So the group as a whole gets 2 of them wrong, guesses wrong. Or until you get to the highest score possible, which is a 7 or more. So you can just kind of keep on going. But once you hit 7, you've already kind of shown that you are really locked in with your language. And yeah, that's about it. A pretty quick little fun game. Well, actually, in going into my review, game. Is that the right word here? I don't know. This is one of those games that's kind of more like an activity, like Telestrations, where yes, you can score, but the fun is just in the social interaction and kind of the goofiness and the stories that emerge from playing. I've never seen anything like this. This is kind of like language creation. Is your group going to like it? Are they going to like saying silly words? I think that's maybe the first thing you got to ask yourself. Do you want to play this with people if they're going to feel embarrassed being like, ooh, oof, moo, yee moo, yee moo? So that's sort of one thing to check in with your group. Also, you got to understand that randomness is a big factor here. Sometimes you're going to get cards that really go together well to communicate tons of information. Sometimes you're going to get a lot of really oddball things, and it's hard to make them fit into 5 sounds. And similarly, sometimes your cards that you draw match perfectly to things and are really easy to guess, and sometimes not. But the entire activity takes 5 to 10 minutes, and then you can just move on or play again. So I think this is a fun one. I'm glad that they sent me a copy. We certainly had fun with it at PAX Unplugged, and I've continued to have fun with it in general. So yeah, DaDaDa, kind of a weird one, but I think a lot of people will have a good time with this. And hopefully at least a few of you got my random clue giving correct. So thanks for watching, everybody, and a special thank you to our biggest Patreon supporters, J. William F., Steve Wren, Pedro Lucas, Miles, Wayne Scott, and Nick Skeen. We'll see you at the next stop.